The silver disc-shaped vessel descended through Earth's atmosphere without warning. No diplomatic channels had been opened, no first contact procedures followed, and certainly no permission granted by any terrestrial government. Commander Rix of the Confederation Navy glanced at his crew, each member wearing expressions that mirrored his own growing concern. "Status report," he demanded, his forearms working frantically across multiple control panels. "Jump drives offline, sir," reported Navigation Officer Kex. "We're unable to access the fold space necessary for departure. The quantum field generators appear to be malfunctioning." Rix cursed in his native tongue. They had been assigned a reconnaissance mission to observe Earth's developing civilization from a safe distance. The Galactic Confederation's first contact protocols were explicit. No direct intervention until a species achieved faster-than-light travel independently. But his crew had grown restless during their monitoring duty, and Second Officer Vex had convinced him that a brief, undetected atmospheric entry would harm no one. Now their ship sat disabled in what appeared to be a field outside a small Earth settlement. Worse, their cloaking systems had failed along with the jump drives. They were completely visible to any human who might pass by. "Sir, we're receiving transmissions from the nearby settlement," Communications Officer Hex announced. "Multiple wavelengths, primitive electromagnetic radiation. They've definitely detected us. Can you translate?" "Working on it, sir. Their language patterns are surprisingly complex for a pre-FTL species." Rix paced the bridge, his secondary arms clasped behind his back. In all his decades of service, he had never encountered such a catastrophic failure. The ship's diagnostic system showed no physical damage, yet every attempt to restart their primary systems resulted in complete shutdown. "Commander, Engineering," Officer Lux called from her station. "You need to see this." Rix joined her at the engineering console where multiple readouts displayed increasingly impossible data. "These readings suggest our quantum matrix is being held in place by an external force. Something is preventing our departure." "That's impossible. This species hasn't even mastered basic space travel." "Nevertheless, sir, the data is clear. Something on this planet is keeping us grounded." Through the observation ports, Rix watched as vehicles approached their landing site. Crude ground-based transport propelled by combustion engines rather than anti-gravity systems. The vehicles stopped at what the humans apparently considered a safe distance. "Sir, I'm picking up focused transmissions directed at our ship," Hex reported. "They're attempting to communicate." "Translation ready?" "Partial. They're asking for our intentions and offering assistance?" Rix felt his secondary heart skip a beat. Assistance? From a primitive species? What kind of assistance could they possibly offer? His question was answered as the humans began erecting temporary structures around his ship, monitoring equipment by the look of it. Primitive, certainly, but undeniably functional. More concerning was their apparent lack of fear or aggression. "Commander?" Lux interrupted. "The humans are approaching with tools. They appear to be attempting repairs." "That's absurd. They can't possibly understand our technology." Yet as hours passed, Rix watched in growing amazement as the humans, led by what appeared to be their technical specialists, diagnosed problems that had eluded his own crew. Using what Rix could only describe as intuitive engineering, they began addressing failures in systems they shouldn't have been able to comprehend. "Sir," Hex announced, "one of them is requesting permission to board. They say they've identified the problem and need to access our quantum matrix directly." Rix hesitated. Direct contact was the ultimate violation of protocol. Yet his crew remained stranded, and these humans seemed to be their only hope of escape. "Permission granted. Lower the boarding ramp." The human who entered wore a simple coverall and carried primitive tools. She moved with purpose, navigating the ship's corridors as if she had studied the blueprints. Arriving at the quantum matrix chamber, she immediately began work. "Fascinating," Lux murmured, watching from a safe distance. "She's bypassing our safety protocols and directly interfacing with the quantum field generators. Such an approach shouldn't be possible for their level of development." After several hours of work, the human stepped back. "Try it now," she said. somehow knowing they could understand her. Rix gave the order, half expecting another failure. Instead, their systems hummed to life. Jump drives online, cloaking system operational, all systems functioning perfectly. But how? Rix demanded, staring at the human. Your species hasn't even left your solar system. The human smiled. We're good at figuring things out. Besides, this wasn't our first disabled alien ship. You folks really should start following those protocols. The others learned that lesson too. As realization dawned on Rix, the human turned and walked back toward the exit. Safe travels, Commander. And next time, maybe call ahead. Rix watched her leave, his crew exchanging bewildered glances. As they lifted off, successfully cloaked, he opened a communication channel with Confederation Command. This is Commander Rix reporting a significant update to our Earth observations. It appears we may need to revise our first contact protocols. These humans are far more capable than we assumed. He closed the channel, staring at the planet shrinking below. Somehow he suspected that Earth's isolation period was about to come to an end, one way or another.